In this lesson, we're going to be building the pressure plate within SolidWorks. So what we're going to do is go ahead and, once we have it open, select New, but we're going to select on the SolidWorks tutorial. And the tutorials are a resource here. And you want to go to Learn, and then we'll go ahead and select Tutorials. And these are within the SolidWorks software, and they're available when you have it open. They're nice. They're a little limiting, but they're a great place to use as a reference. All right, so I've got this here, and you'll notice there's other more complicated ones, but we're going to start in the getting started. We're going to start with this introductory to SolidWorks, and this is actually the pressure plate. So it's somewhat interactive in that, let's go through here. If you notice when I select on New now, it highlights within the ribbon bar above. So let's go ahead and select New, and then this time we're going to select a part, and then press OK. And so there are multiple ways to do this, but if you go on the bottom, you'll see that I can change it from imperial to metric, so from inches to millimeters. And I can also change this to what's called ANSI. These are just drawing standards. So I'll go in here, and I can actually do most of everything I want to do within here. But let's go in here, and you'll notice it's defaulted at the ISO. So we're going to go change that and to the ANSI. It's just a standard. And then we'll select OK. And this will update the drawing, and then moving forward, everything I do will be in this format. So then I'm going to go ahead and click through here, and it wants us to start building a part. So if I click on the icon, you'll see extruded boss and base. And so what I'm going to do is select the top plane. SolidWorks requires that you're working in planes, and it's going to default. And I'll go ahead and select the circle. And what you want to do here is you want to start the center of the circle, and that's at the 0, 0, at the X and Y. And you don't need to type it in. You can type it in down here. It's giving you the diameter. What you do is you say OK. And the way that this works is you will then go to the smart dimension. And so it updates it. This is a parametric modeler, so you can always change it after you extrude it. So we're just going to go ahead and dimension it here. We're actually not creating the dimension for the drawing, but this is the way that we can make it to the dimensions that we want. So now let's go ahead and type in 128, and it's already millimeters, but you can see here in the units, you can go ahead and confirm that. And so if I go to the very bottom, it says millimeters. And then in SolidWorks, you just want to select the green icon for the arrow, and that has done it here. And so I can change, as again, we are not dimensioning this. This is more to confirm as I'm building. Okay, so we're just going to continue on this tutorial. And now what we're going to do is make it a three-dimensional part. And we're already working in the extrude, so just exit that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to change it. It's defaulting here from 10 millimeters, and we're going to change this to 7 millimeters. And just go blind. You can see that it's going up. We want it going up on the direction 1, which is up, and and then just confirm that. And as you go along, now we're going to go ahead and save this. So I've already called this my first part. It's also the pressure plate. So go ahead and save it, and then we're just going to continue on as we work. And I always advise save early, save often. So now what we're going to do is we're going to build another part, but it wants to know where we're going to put it. We're actually going to put it on the existing plane. So we're going to select the plane, the top of that little cylinder that we made, and you can see here there's the view orientation. If you click on here, we want to be in the top view. So we're going to go to the top, and we're going to make a circle. And we're going to build right on top of here. We can see it's highlighted, so we're in good shape, that top of it. And again, I'm going to select the 0, 0 on that X and Y, and it will snap to the intersection. And you don't need to put the dimensions here, right? I'm just going to try to eyeball this at whatever it is. You don't really need to worry about it, because what I do is I will then smart dimension this. You can do it either way. It's just if it's a radius, you got to go by half. So let's go here, smart dimension, select it, And in this case, we know that the integer that I want to put in here is 75, and then continue on. All right, and we want to just go ahead and confirm that. That's 75. Now what we're going to do is we're going to offset this. We're actually going to make this a cylinder with a hole in the center. And so it wants to know how far are we going to offset this. And in this case, it's going to be 5. And we'll select the outside line. Now we could go either way, but we want this on the inside. All right, and so we can exit that. But right now we haven't really done anything, so we need to extrude this like we did with the first cylinder. So what we want to do is we're calling this trimetric. It's very similar to isometric, but it's a little different here. All right, so let's go ahead, and there's no perspective here, so we're going to make this 12 millimeters, and we're going to also do blind. All right, you've completed the first lesson.